DB logging provider. Obviously, one of them logs to an XML file, the other logs to a DB file, to a database of some kind. We're going to look at the XML logger because it's a little simpler. That's the only reason we're using it over the other. And when we look at it, there's a couple things I want to show you. First of all, I'm going to open up the provider source code, and you're going to see. Can y'all read that, by the way? You don't need to zoom on that. Okay. You're going to see that it inherits from the logging provider. Now, where is this? Well, you right-click on it and you say go to definition right there, and it takes you to it. You highlight over it, and it tells you exactly where it is. It's in the library services log, event log. So it takes you right to it, so you know exactly where it is. But you see, all that it is an abstract class. It has several override functions in it. It must override functions in it. A simple abstract class with one function in it. This one function simply calls the component factory, and it gives you an instance of whatever is configured in the web.config. Let's take a look at, I want to take a look at a slide real quick on that. So what you see here, this is a slide that you've probably seen very many of before. You have an abstract class that checks the web.config file to see which one of these it needs to load. It will load whatever it needs to, and then it will use the abstract-based class function calls to make the calls it needs to use. The abstract class acts as a contract. You'll see that in just a minute. So we see this. And one other thing I want to look at in my project, when you go to do this, there's a couple of things you need to know. If you look under application, you'll notice that it's the assembly name is provided here, and there is no root space. And under compile, you'll notice that it's putting them in the source code. It's putting them back in the website bin providers folder. So I'm going to copy that. We are actually going to come in here now, and we're going to add a project. We're going to add a new project, and we're going to add a project called My Logging Provider, and we're going to put it in the same place that the other ones are.
What kind of project type did you choose after the
It's a class library. Class library. And we're just going to put it where the other ones are, as far as its root location. And it creates a project for us. And it gives us some instructions here. The first thing it says is you got to click the My Project, come in here and delete the root namespace. And I'm also going to put this in a similar namespace. So that it's much like the others are, just so that it's in the same area. And these are actually a little bit different from the two logging providers that are provided. And in the compile, I'm going to put in what it had for the other, so that everything goes to the same place. We can actually now, with the others, one other thing I like to do when I do this, this is right. So we can actually now compile this. We can do a build. And if we, that's all we need. Okay. So there's one other thing I want to do. I want to add one more item in here. And we're going to add a class diagram. How many of y'all use class diagrams? You got to start using class diagrams. It makes a world of difference. Did I not add one? Because I can take, actually, I added the wrong thing. Thank you for asking that question. I've got to delete this. I added a compiled module, not a class library. So, for some reason, it's decided to be very slow now. Probably doesn't like my class library. Don't you love it when people make mistakes in their own demos? And then it just bombs the whole thing. I can't even close the app. There we go. Okay. Let's just delete that one. Try this. We're going to add a new project, and it's going to be a class library. My logger. We're going to put it in the right place. There, that's what I was looking for. I'm going to delete the class library because I don't like that file. Go into my project. Y'all get to see this twice. We're going to add a new item. The new item is going to be a class. It's going to be my logger. We're going to add class diagram. I'm going to drag the class logger over to the diagram. If you start using class diagrams and you don't see like these arrows, I'm using a free tool from Microsoft called PowerToys for Visual Designers. I'll give you a link at the end of the presentation for it. So if I double click this, I go to the source code here. If you remember when we looked at the XML logger, the inherited the logging provider. We're going to do the same thing here. So if I come in here and I'm going to say missed something. Let's come back over here for a minute. There's one other thing we have to do. We need to show all, and we need to add a reference. Notice there's 3 things missing here that I know of. And you know this takes forever, don't you? What can I say? We need system web because this is a website, web application. And we need the DotNetNuke stuff. So you can get this however you want to. I'm going to just go back up to the website and go into the binary directory there and get it. We want to get DotNetNuke, and we also want to get the Microsoft application blocks. So now, well, got more than I meant to. Okay, that's all. So now when we come over here to inheritance, we can say, hey, it inherits .NET Nuke. If I can spell it. Services, log, get log, logging provider. Now, this is where a lot of people go crazy. A lot of people say, wait a minute, I can't write a provider